You've tried it your way, but you're still in debt. Or maybe you're doing okay, but want to invest smarter, grow faster. MillionaireX.ai gives you real step-by-step strategies to ditch debt or stack wealth. Stop dreaming and start planning. Visit MillionaireX.ai today. I want you to be the next millionaire next door.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Let's stop acting like we don't see how this game is played. If you tired of folks throwing shade with a smile and keeping you boxed in with that slick behind-the-scenes racism, it's time to upgrade your survival skills. See, Phillip Scott dropped more than just knowledge. He handed you a playbook with passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy. This ain't the in-your-face kind. This is that sneaky, office space, let me block your blessings type of racism that'll have you questioning your own reality. It's time to call it what it is and arm yourself with the facts. But baby, don't stop at just peeping the system. Break those mental chains too. That's why you need 7 steps to decolonize the mind. This is about freeing yourself up top, walking in confidence, and letting the world know your mind is not for rent, lease, or layaway. It's time to reclaim your power step by step. So don't just watch, take action. Click over to Amazon.com, type in passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy and 7 steps to decolonize the mind and secure both books for yourself, your crew, and anybody ready for that mental liberation. La Sherika said it, now go do it. Invest in your freedom. Pick up both books today on Amazon.com. Trust me, your mind will thank you.
I don't spend my money at the club. Everything I want is provided for me.
Biggest misconception about you? Nothing. It's all true. It's all true. It's all true. If you hear something, believe it. You want to get married now? Do you feel like you're that? No. It is by choice. It's by choice.
Who inspires me? Me. Yes. Me. Yeah. They inspire me, those two you mentioned.
I date mostly like married men, because I don't have that type of time for you. Oh, yeah. And you are married, you don't have that type of time for me.
What do you think it is that the wives are not doing?
I love this question.
They're not really being loved properly. You know, when you stay with someone for so long and you feel like, oh, I don't really have to do much. Don't ever be comfortable around a human being. They can switch.
His wife, one day I just make 11 o'clock, I'm like, she's like, my husband can't control himself, and you as a woman, you can't. I said, Mama, you can't even speak English. Like, I can't even understand. Like,
yeah, I can even speak English because of that's why.
yes.
I don't even speak English sometimes. I wouldn't say it was a sugar daddy or a blaster. But I had a thing with someone that was giving me a lot of money.
Every day he was sending me money for lunch.
Every day is when you go to work?
Exactly.
Shout out to the slay queens who are getting their thing without having to sell a thing,
Yeah.
Trust me, you can get whatever you want, like once you put your mind to it.
Watch Slay Queen only on the African Diaspora News Channel app.
From November 14th to 21st, we're inviting you to join us for a powerful trip to Ghana. This isn't just a vacation. This is a chance to walk through the same places where many of our people were captured, held, and shipped off into slavery. So don't wait. Secure your spot today. We're making history by walking through it. Will you be with us?
What if I told you there's a news platform made just for us? Unfiltered, unapologetic, telling our stories from Africa and the diaspora. News Channel app keeps you informed and empowered from wherever you are at any time. Don't just watch, join the movement. Download the app now and stay connected to the news that matters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream tonight. Greatly appreciate it. Running a few minutes late, but we focusing more on quality, right? You want to make sure we have a quality stream. So tonight, like I said, we're not going to take too much of your time. I always got to make sure I'm done before 8 o'clock. We're going to still talk about more of the Essence Fest and what's going on with that. We want to bring some accurate information about Essence and what actually happened to it, because that's this narrative out there about Essence being sold to why y'all sold it to Africans and all that. And we're going to get into really what happened, how that happened, and all of that. And find out there's a lot of misinformation and ignorance out there, and just disrespect at the same time. So we're going to cover that. But real quick, as always, we appreciate y'all. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. That's always important. If they have that survey, say, hey, you like this video? Let us know. Give us that thumbs up of approval that they may see in that little survey, and then say, hey, everything is informative. I like it. The life changing. Say it all great, so they can point you right back here. Because the more y'all do that, the more they inform y'all that we are live, right? When we are live, okay? We're focusing on more quality over quantity here. That's more so our focus. So it won't be as, we're going to definitely do good, enough uploads with news stories, but, I'm not focusing so much on quantity like I used to, right? We focus on quality, and that's really what it is. Real quick before I get started, like I said, I'm watching my time, so I won't take too long. I want to clear something up, and I want to make sure I put this, it's coming directly from me, okay? So delineation has nothing to do with the hatred of anybody, okay? Delineation is saying we appreciate our culture, our heritage, our lineage, our history. We're going to center ourselves and not ignore ourselves. That's all it is. It doesn't mean you hate anybody, okay? Why do you have to hate somebody to love yourself? That's stupid. So if you love yourself, that means you hate the world? That's dumb. No. You can't love others if you don't love yourself first. Always remember that. Even in a relationship, if you don't love yourself, you can't share love with another man or woman. You can't do that. If you don't love yourself, you can't really properly love your children. So you have to love yourself first. You have to love what you see in the mirror first, right? Now, when you're in families, right? When I say something to my children when they're wrong, it doesn't mean I don't love them. No, I'm correcting them because I got love for them. I love them. I chastise those I love. The people that I don't really have love for like that, I don't really say much for. I don't, right? So when we talk about issues within, even if we chastising other FBAs or if we chastising others in the diaspora, there's no hate there. It's just, hey, I'm chastising you because I love you. That's why. When I don't say nothing, or most people don't say nothing to you no matter what you do, then that says a lot. Like for me, other groups be doing some hell to each other. Do you hear me reporting on it? No, it ain't got nothing to do with us at all. Nothing. So I have nothing to say unless it involves us. Have you noticed that? I don't get involved with other people got going on. It's some hell going on with other people. And I'm like, ooh, I see it. I'm like, ooh, that's bad. But it has nothing to do with us, okay? Now, you have some people, because some people, they don't understand that you can actually be multiple minds at one time. And I know some people maybe they can't do that. Because for some people, if they delineate, it means they have a hatred. No. Them kind of people, if you got a hatred for Africa, hate the Caribbean, hate other people from the diaspora, then that has nothing to do with me. Go over there to them people and y'all can go do that. I don't do that here, okay? Because real talk, if you look at the Slay Queen show, right? Now it's happening in Nigeria and South Africa. I'm not there. And yet those shows are actually happening. I'm not there. So when you look at this platform, I'm working with Africans, Caribbeans, FBAs every day. And that's what you see happening. So ain't no hatred here, because if I had hatred, then none of them be here. Because one thing about me, everything I do it hard and to the full. So if I love you, I love hard and to the full. And if I hate you hard and to the full too. It ain't gonna be no half stepping with me. I promise you that. So if you're that kind of person, you know, some of you, oh, you like going to Africa? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You know why? Because I like to get away from these people. And I just don't like to, listen, I go visit, have a great time, do what I need to do, and then I come on back. And then when I get tired, I leave again. Now, if you don't want to go nowhere, that's fine. Stay here. Stay in your neighborhood. Never leave it. You ain't got to go nowhere. My thing is, if you don't want to go nowhere, don't talk down on somebody else who want to. Because to me, it come across like you just hating because you can't do it. Now, let me get on to the subject matter here because I don't want to keep going on into that. All right. I see y'all here. And let's get into it. Of course, we know everything is going on with the Essence Festival, and we're gonna get into why the original founders sold and who they sold to, and it's a good lesson with that. But let me jump in these videos real quick because I want to get to that because I want to make sure I stay within time. So let's go.
That is all I was stating. I know it took 2 videos and this is the 3rd video. That's all I wanted to know. If the Essence Fest was such a big deal and y'all don't want African people.
Okay, before I finish this woman and the next one I'm going to play, both of them are not FBA, okay? Well, I mean, just want to put this up front.
Have anything to do with it? Why you guys didn't buy it? FBA, why you didn't buy the Essence Festival? Why you didn't buy it? Why it took an African to buy it? And let me tell you something about Africans, especially about Liberians, right? Because it was Liberians that bought it. Guess what? We're not going to keep nobody out. We sure ain't. We ain't going to keep none of the Caribbeans out. We ain't even going to keep Black Americans out. No, we're not. We're not going to, because when it comes to our events and stuff, we are a big kumbaya. We don't care who comes in, who does what. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to buy something and then you tell us how we should control the fest when we the one who bought it. When y'all get up some money, because you know y'all do everything in this country. I mean, you're just rich, you just got it like that, right? Why don't you go to the Liberians and buy back your festival? I know. Because, or why don't you tell your FBA, do not sell anything to them Africans. Let's see if money talks and bullshit walks, or are they gonna take the bullshit before they even take the green dollar? But this is so funny, complaining about something that Africans now own. Yes, Africans own it. Y'all used to own it, but Africans own it now.
Okay, so that in itself is just, boy, that alone is a whole video. But let me play this other one.
America, we love y'all very much. Absolutely. We understand the trauma y'all have been through, and we are actively fighting to have Africa be somewhere that you can call home again. Please come home. But at the same time, Black America, what the rest of the diaspora is not going to have is y'all on us in order for you to feel better about yourselves. Please, please, please do not be like your white counterparts and think that in order for you to feel tall, you have to cut somebody's legs off. Stop doing that. Please stop doing that. That's the main reason we come after y'all. That's the main reason we get upset with y'all. It's like y'all don't know how to love yourselves without showing other people. Why? Please stop doing that. Please. I get you're upset about Essence Fest, and I'm upset for y'all. Like, that's your thing. But from what I saw on TikTok, from the research I've seen so far, it was sold. So why didn't another Black American buy it? Why was it sold to begin with? Why are y'all selling your... In order for you to finally, like, awareness has to be a thing. You gotta have the awareness. Like, you can't claim, oh, I'm fighting for myself and I'm the best when you, what was that saying? Don't point out the speck in my eye when you got a log in yours. I know Africa got a problem with doing that too, but in this moment, even Africa's like, yeah, we agree, black people do this to Black America, but then even when we're agreeing with y'all, you guys like continue to shut us. What the hell is that? Why are y'all doing that? Please stop doing that. We are one. And Black America is one country. Y'all can't fight on your own. You need the entire diaspora. The entire diaspora is what makes us a global majority. We're not without all of us. It's all of us. So, Black America, please learn to be critical and be angry without showing other people. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, that last lady did some little research into her. Her husband's the FBA. Now, if you see this video, tell your wife don't get into these conversations. Tell your wife take that content down. I mean, please, brother, you have to kind of say, hey, teach your wife, your African wife, your Caribbean wives about the nuances of us as Black Americans. Just teach it to them so they know what to say, what not to say. And then they need to teach you about your culture. But let's get into this. That first woman was very, very disrespectful. Just to be honest with you. She was very disrespectful, laughing, say, oh, we didn't took it over. And like I said, if you go to their countries and you do the exact same thing and make that kind of video, it will be a nationwide outrage. That's the way they act. The whole nation will be against you. Not a subsect, because let's call it what it is. Everybody in Black America is still haven't caught on to delineation. So it's only, let's say the delineation people may pay more attention to this, but not everybody in Black America won't pay attention to her. But I don't know what is it with immigrant groups that when they come over here, it don't matter where they come from, whether it's Hispanics, the Asians, some of the diaspora, they want to take over. They don't want to just assimilate, right? They don't want to assimilate. They want to take over. They make sure not to assimilate into the thorough American culture. And when you assimilate, doesn't mean you take over anything. You just say, hey, man, I'm just happy to be here. Hey, I want to participate or whatever. Now, you can have your cultural events, and that's fine. And I don't think nobody should take over their stuff. But let's get into the information. This woman was stupid. The first woman more so got on my nerves than the second one. Okay? But let's get into this. The issue with Essence is really an issue in Black business, and I can even put myself into it. I can literally put myself into it, okay? So let's get into some facts here. Now, of course, we know that Essence launched in 1970 during the Black capitalism era. And the founders leveraged growing recognition of Black America as a major consumer base, okay? Because we are, we do a lot of spending. So the original owners, Edward Lewis, Clarence O. Smith, Cecil Hollingsworth, and Jonathan Blunt, they the one originally had the magazine. Now, you fast forward from that era, 1970, all the way to the year 2000, there was a problem. The problem was magazines are now starting to go to print, and it's going to take a substantial amount of money to do this. We don't have it. When your business is growing, even at the beginning stages, if they kind of see it'd be a little profitable, they are putting letters on your business door, or they're emailing you. Now, let me put me into it. I got one venture capital people that's always emailing me about, hey, we can do evaluation of your business. Hey, you ever thought about selling? Hey, we see it's doing really good and it could do this and that and the third. You want... And that's not the first time I've gotten that. I've gotten that over the years. And when these people come to you, they ain't Black. It's the folks. So what happens to a lot of Black businesses, a lot of times we don't say nothing. We just suffer in silence. We don't have the capital to upgrade. Sometimes you say, why do Black business don't have what the white businesses have? This. Let me tell you something. Give you an example. Like the AfroWire AI that I've done, right? If I was a white guy And a lot of them white boys would have heard me come up with something like that and say, this is what I'm doing. Man, they're like, oh, man, shoot, here's $10 million. Hey, go for it. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do to each other. That's why OpenAI is where it's at. And Facebook is where it's at. Anytime they come up with an idea, they throw millions at them. In the black community, you're running on fumes. And you got to get it from the mud. Every little thing that happens, the app we have, I don't get no fun other than the subscribers, and I thank every last one of y'all who are subscribed to the app. Thank you. It's beautiful. I greatly appreciate it. Outside of the subscribers and what we do here, we have to fund that. We have to fund the people that pay. We have to pay the payroll for that. It's a lot of things that come out of our pocket. We don't have this big, huge budget, and people assume when you're on these platforms you're rich. No, you're not. Boy, I can really break down this kind of side of it. No, you're not rich. I don't care what them subscribers numbers say to you. The subscriber numbers on YouTube don't pay you nothing. Zero. It's viewership that plays with your watch time, that plays with so many different things that goes into what a video is paid. At least on our app, if somebody subscribes to our app, that's something guaranteed we gonna get. You can get this much 1 month with these platforms, and the next month it could bottom out, and it could stay bottom. And you doing the same content, the same whatever. You can be shadow banned. It could be maybe it's just a season people not watching these platforms, but at least the app, it stays where it's at. You understand what I'm saying? Unless you maybe drop off with subscribers or whatever. So that's why I say the app is a better play, because we can do more over there. And also, like, when you see this, the Slay Queen and all of that, nobody's funding that. That's funded directly here. Every bit of that is being funded here. I don't get no money from that. Other than, hey, I'm going to invest in it. We're going to invest into this, and let's see how this turns out. We're going to do it our way, right? And that was the idea I had about, you know what? The Slay Queens are a big thing in Africa. Let's do a show for that. Let the Slay Queens come through and let the Slay Queens do whatever. Let's do it. Because that's a big market in the continent of Africa, right? So we funding that. Now, let's get back to them. So when you want to expand, like we trying to expand, you don't have the capital. Time Incorporated came to them brothers. Now, is Time Incorporated owned by Africans? No, it's not. Time Incorporated was owned by the folks, okay? So in the year 2000, they're thinking, man, we cash strapped. We need to expand to digital so we can stay alive because we're going to die. They were stuck between a rock and a hard place in the year 2000. So either we take this money and expand and keep Essence going, or we just keep struggling and we may have to close the doors and shut down Essence. So what they did, what some black businesses do, they went on ahead and sold 49% of Essence to Time Incorporated, and the person provided a capital infusion and infrastructure to scale for greater digital relevance. And that amount of money that they got out of that, selling 49% of it, they still own 51%, but they sold 49% for $143 million. So they said, okay, cool. Let's take this 143. We got some debts too. Let's go on and try to put some of this money in to try to get this stuff expanded. Well, black businesses, once again, don't get the money. So it puts black businesses at certain positions where they have to think about that. Now, do they come out telling you this? No, they don't come out telling you this. Is it pride a lot of times? Yeah. Do you really want to tell people you struggling every day? A lot of black business owners sometimes are struggling to pay they mortgage and they rent at their building. A lot of times. They're trying to see it to keep things going. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't get it like that. Business loans, yeah, you may get it, just like a home loan. They don't throw money at us like that. And we could be making the money and don't throw money at us like that. I remember one time I had tried to get a business loan. The money we was asking for on paper, I was making literally in 2 months, I made double that. of what we was asking for, and I still got denied for it. And that's what messes with your head as a black person. You're making the money, but they like, oh, no. But then you hear stories of white people saying, oh, yeah, you know, he's a good guy. I know he, and they may not even be making the money. That's how they get ahead and stay ahead of black people. That's what y'all don't understand. The constant sabotage. It takes money to grow these things, right? Then let's say a person like myself, I don't do the crowdfunding thing. I don't. So many people have messed that up where black people look suspicious at anybody that do that. And I'm just not good at that. Like some people, they can ask y'all and y'all give them hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'd rather say give you a tangible product and say, look, you want to support us? Hey, listen, if 2,000, I say 3,000 y'all come join our app. Man, we'll be winning pretty good by the end of the year. If 3,000 y'all come join the app, you can get a monthly subscription, hang out with us. You want an annual, hang out with us, or you want a lifetime, whatever, quarterly. Just join the app. That way we at least give you a tangible product instead of just saying give us something, right? Cool. That's why I tell people, say, how can I support your show? I tell people, just join the app. Join the app, be a monthly subscriber or a year, whatever. That's the best way you can support our show outside of watching us on these platforms, okay? So that'd be the issue with a lot of black businesses, including Essence. Now, it was still black owned, FBA owned at that time. But 5 years later, that's when it completely got sold in 2005. The remaining 51%, Time Incorporated acquired full ownership, marking Essence transformation from a black-owned to a white-owned mainstream national brand, okay? But they say that move aligned with Berry Gordy, who sold Motown in the 80s. So all of Motown, white folks own that. Like, why are they selling that? Because they get cash strapped. And the biggest sale that we still talk about to this day is the sale of BET. He sold it to Viacom in 2000 as well. Okay, Bob Johnson. And we know BET was a staple in the black community, right? We've lost a lot of our stuff to white-owned companies, really, not Africans. I just want to keep it 100. Now, let me get down here. Hold on. Now, in 2018, it's when Richard Lou Dennis, the founder of Shea Moisture, and let's talk about him. He wouldn't have had the money to do anything without FBA, because FBA supported his Shea Moisture. Because Shea Moisture was actually a good product for a very long time until he sold it. He sold Shea Moisture, and we know when he sold it and the folks got it, the quality went down to crap. The quality went horribly. When he had it, before the folks had it, and FBAs, we supported, I always supported Shea Moisture. I noticed a difference real quick that everything got thinner and things didn't lather the same way. They cut corners, these people. But he sold it, whatever. Fine. So he got it in 2018 from Time Incorporated. So an FBA did not go sell Essence to the Africans. It was what I told you would happen back in 2000, and then 5 years later, they sold the whole thing to Time Incorporated. You know, Time Magazine, that big company, right? Time, okay? Now, they sold it at the time, at least the big stake, because they wanted to grow it. That'd be like me saying, okay, I got this venture capital. Let me sell 49% of my company, and they want to give me $30 million. Let me just throw $30 million. And I'm thinking, okay, I can take that $30 million and expand it, right? But that's not how I think. That's not how I think at all. But those people are like that. You know, some people get into a bun and they need the money. You know, did Essence come to black people and say, hey, we probably need to raise the price on a magazine a little bit because we really need to do, you know, and if you tell the people sometime, they be like, man, I get it. They say, look, yeah, raise it. Yeah, if you're going to raise it $1 or $2, we get it, man. You know, encourage more subscriptions or whatever. We want to protect this. But they didn't say anything. And like I said, a lot of it is pride. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of it's pride. Now, so Richard Lou Dennis get it. And then he appoints, first he had actually, the previous CEO was an FBA woman. God, what's her name? Hold on. I got to get her name. Give me a second. What was Essence previous. Hold on. Give me a second. EEO before Caroline Wanga. Hold on. I'm sorry. I just popped in my head. I want to give y'all the right information. Michelle Ebanks. Yeah, her. She was okay. So, she was the president of Essence Communication and CEO of Essence Festival after the 2005 full acquisition. Okay, by time, and said she held that role until 2018. So the time that white people had it, they put Michelle in position, and then after he got it, let's say who Essence led from 2018. So let me see. Director Wanga was Richard Lou Dennis. Let me see. Hold on. So he ran it for about a good 2 years. And then after he got it, and then he ended up switching it to Caroline Wanga, whatever. So basically it's been in African control since he got it. But even when white people got it, they kept an FBA in that position. Because you know how white people are, look, I want to keep my money. Yeah, we own it, but y'all run it. Y'all do what y'all do, right? But in 2018 is when the shift happened. You understand? And some of the biggest issue with Essence is that it never wanted to go and expand to the next generation. It kind of stayed with an older crowd. So listen, Frankie Beverly and Maze, you know what I'm saying? That, yeah, great artists, whatever, but that crowd is passing away, right? Frankie Beverly is not even here anymore. So it really chose to expand, go to the younger generation. You got to evolve. Like us here, I'm always looking to evolve with technology. I'm always looking to say, okay, what can we do to get to the next generation? Because I don't want things to die off just with our generation. It needs to continue. That's the key. You can't be afraid to expand to the younger generation. Things will be different. It may not be comfortable sometime, but you got to expand. You understand what I'm saying? So what that woman was laughing about, that is just really, she's just a dummy. She's dumb. It takes 5 minutes to find out the information, what really happened with Essence. But what is the story here? What is the lesson learned here with Essence? Not only we need to keep things within our culture, but also as black business owners, we need to open our mouth sometime and tell the people. Because if you don't tell nobody anything, they assume you good. Most people assume you good. They'll look at you and say, oh man, you're doing great. Shoot. Until they hear you sold something, like, well, why did you sell? What was the problem? And usually when you sell something, you can't really talk about why you're selling it, right? Because it's usually some sort of clause like you got to keep quiet, or maybe you say, well, why don't you just go start another magazine with the money? A lot of times it's a cooling down period between those sales. So you can't, it may be 5 years, maybe 10 years that you can't go start another magazine or whatever, a competing magazine against what you just sold off, right? So a lot of people just not going to say nothing. But a lot of your black business owners, and those of you that may be in the chat, I know what you go through. You need money to run, you need money to operate. That's why when I talk about reparations, you know how reparations would be such a great thing for even black business owners? How we could take that, like me, if I got reparations, I'll literally take that reparations and put it into my business. Because I know if I can take that reparation money and put it into my business, I can turn that to millions. You understand what I'm saying? And if I can turn it to millions, then I can, hire more people, expand, do different things. That, like, even all the AI stuff. I know some people complain about it, but AI is actually will help black business owners expand, will help black business owners who suffer with not getting certain amounts of money that they don't have to pay payrolls for, they don't have money for. AI gonna come in and eliminate a lot of that stuff where they can still expand their businesses and also appropriate the funds they have to things that they can't use AI for. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I tell all black business owners, you get on that AI now and see how you can implement that now, because I'm doing it already. I've been doing it. I'm not stopping. No time soon. Give you an example. I know some people talked about LaSherica. Y'all favorite LaSherica. And how say, oh, she's promoting the books? The AI is promoting the books? Yes. You know how much money I would have spent on that? You know how much money I spent on LaSherica? That's money I could take and appropriate somewhere else now. AI has saved me a lot of money that we don't have sometimes. I'm keeping it 100 with you. Ain't nobody rich over here. I'm not. Because some people say, oh, you're doing great. You don't know what's going on over here. I'm a regular person like the rest of you. Do you see me flying on private jets? No, I ain't got Diddy money, Rick Ross, or any of them people money. I don't have all that. I'm a regular dude. No, Diddy had what? $20 million to go spend on his legal team. That's when you got some money. You go spend some money. That's the reason why Diddy beat those charges. Because he'd been the rest of us, we would have been in jail for life. You know, listen, Black Butterfly say, I don't think Black Americans even knew about Essence Fest was even being sold. Well, it's the company, and then Essence Fest is just part of with the company. It's like you got Essence, and then they created Essence Fest. That'd be like we have African Diaspora News Channel, then we create the ADNC Fest. It's just part of the company and what they were doing every year. But it was bringing $350 million to the city. Doesn't mean Essence was making $350 off of it, but the city was making $350 million off of it. And that alone, the city should have been given, well, I'm not to say the city didn't, but the city should have been paying for the majority of it. Was going to bring that much in because, you know, the city got money they can earmark and everything else. Natasha, I'm not going to do that. You know, I've been asked about that. I'm not doing that. Some things I won't do with AI. I'm not doing that. I don't care what's going on. Phil's going to be Phil. Now, I'll create all the AI characters all day long I want to create, but I will not sit here and no, I won't do that. I won't do that. I have to stay authentic to me. AI can't do me. I don't care if it can use my voice. I don't care if it can look like me. It can't do me. I have to be human. I have to be human. And that's the bottom line on that. But that's really what it is. So people are just talking ignorant when they say that. But here's the thing when that lady say, oh, we took over XYZ. You're going to destroy that business for that man because that man is going to lose that business because it's not, once again, it's not enough of you here to sustain Essence or anything like that. It's just not enough. Now, Black Americans, and I'll probably get more into that in the podcast tonight. Black Americans have always been inclusive of everybody. We've been inclusive of even white people, the ones that we got the biggest beef with and who has been the biggest op to us, right? If a white person's cool, we're like, hey, come on. If an Asian person's cool, if a Hispanic person's cool, we have been extremely inclusive with everybody. Everybody. And because the person's from the diaspora, we definitely, oh, they black like us. Like, come on. Yeah, okay, you speak a different language. Where you from, man? Nigeria? Oh, man, how's it out there in Nigeria? I never been. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some brothers be like, hey, man, shoot, what's up with the sisters in Nigeria, the single ones? And maybe ask them questions, you know? It's like, man, I want to go out there and check them out. You know, this question, that's it. It's never been an issue or a problem. Only thing you're seeing today with delineation is it's just saying that the little slick comments like that woman was making, or both of them was making, it just won't be tolerated anymore. And people have been so, when people do not fight for freedom, they gain entitlement. They didn't sacrifice nothing and they got everything. So when Black Americans are saying, no, you're going to put some respect on our name, you're not going to come over here. Listen, Essence have never been a Pan-African festival. It never have. Essence Fest. It never have. If it was a Pan-African event, then yeah, be Pan-African. I have no problem with a Pan-African event, a diaspora event. I don't have no issue. Prime example, just like in Canada, we're going to go to the Pan-African Film Festival next month, right? And come on out and holler at us at the Pan-African Film Festival out there in Toronto, Canada. We'll be out there the 14th through the 18th. Come holler at us. Okay? Then cool. I love watching international movies. I like the South African movies. I like watching the Nigerian movies. Those two I really like watching outside the country, right? I may watch some Korean movies, but the Pan-African Festival ain't about them. But I'm just saying, most Black Americans I know is cool with everybody. Okay, they ain't on that. But we're not gonna let you disrespect us like that in our country. Y'all being too disrespectful. And for what that lady said, but then when Black Americans clap back at her, Then she goes, oh, y'all xenophobic. Oh, y'all MAGA. All this, like, how are we MAGA when we saying that we want respect? And in your homeland, you would say the same thing. Y'all leaders wasn't shot like that. Y'all leaders wasn't on trees. Y'all leaders didn't get bombed in churches. Y'all leaders didn't deal with Bull Connor. None of y'all dealt with Bull Connor. None of y'all dealt with the dogs. Y'all didn't deal with anything. We suffered all of that, and then after that, you come waltzing your happy self in here on a visa, and then you come over here talking crap. That's the problem. That's why some people say, well, shoot, when Black Americans tell you, well, if you're gonna be so disrespectful, why didn't you go buy something in your homeland? See, y'all just like white people. Okay, and when we go in your homeland, we'd be disrespectful, and you tell us go back to America, what are we gonna say? You just like white people too? Every time Black Americans want some sort of respect in our country, we gotta be like white people. Because you look at white people as high and mighty. So in order, because you respect white people. Oh, you respect them. So because Black people won't respect in this country, we like white people. Okay. They also say we are the white people of we are the Black people who are white in the diaspora. That's also said about us too. Yeah, y'all white. Y'all white. And how are we white? Because last time I checked, I ain't treated like white. I'm sure not funded like white. I don't get the privileges of white, so how am I white? Yeah, because y'all sound like them, y'all move like them or whatever. No, we don't. You know, they'll call, you know, they can call you Mzungu in Kenya and all kind of other places they'll call you names for white. Why? Because, what, the way we speak? What? Because we understand the systems of America doesn't make us white. Because we understand the way business works and how it works a lot better. And check this out. This stuff I've been told repeatedly. Brother Phil, man, I appreciate working with you, because at least with working with you, I get paid every month. Man, I work for other companies over here in the continent. Man, good luck if I get my pay. You know how many times I've been told that? And I said, man, well, why you ain't getting your pay? He said, man, that's how some of these people are over here. But y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like when we do things, we treat everybody right. Even over in the continent, we treat people right. We don't do people wrong. So if that's being the white man, okay, I guess I'll be a white man. If that's going to pay you what you owe, what we owe, and pay you on time, I'll be white, I guess. Prime One, it says, Phil, Black people don't see the value in prioritizing each other's businesses. They talk a good game, but they heart into white folks and other people's merchandise in general. Prime, I don't really get into that conversation anymore, because that can go a different place. The only thing I can say is, and Prime, I appreciate you for the 10. I do. Prime, I would say this. Have you joined the app? Because I prefer if every last person here right now was joining our app today. Well, of course, the people that support. I know there's guys, some of the ops here listening, because we know they listen to everything we say. So, but I guess the ops are joined too, because hey, I've seen that happen before, and the ops can join and they can see what we're talking about on the app. They can enjoy the app too. I guess they're not doing nothing wrong. But if everybody would join on the app today, man, shoot, I promise you, I'll pick up the phone and say, hey, let's go on and get that process going for the upgrade. It's gonna take about 6 months, but hey, that's we got the money today. Boom, let's get it going, because we need to upgrade that app. We just need to upgrade it. So, and that's been on my mind big time. But it's just the funding, and so I'm gonna try to wheel and deal even on that too, to see what we can do to get that process going a lot faster. Okay, and just pray we do that. But I thank y'all. You say you never had been to Essence Fest, but after everything I heard about this year, I would never go. Essence Fest, in order for it could turn around, but Caroline Wanger would have to go. You have to bring an FBA in. You have to redo everything. If I had to do Essence Fest, I say, okay, I'm targeting Gen X, Millennial, and Gen Z. And that's the artists I'm having come perform. I want all the vendors to come back. I'm like, man, y'all can come back for free. You know what I'm saying? Next year, y'all can come back for free. Y'all ain't got to pay nothing. We just want y'all here. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be breaking bread with everybody. They come on through. Come on through. And look, Essence Fest, you know, you in business. It's open to everybody. Okay. I mean, hey, you in the diaspora, come on. It's no problem. It is what it is. But we just got to make sure that it's controlled by us, run by us, and it's a cultural experience. And like this, if we like an Afrobeats artist, if we like a whatever artist, well, okay, if it's resonating with the community, invite them. It's no problem. I mean, black folks love every kind of music. We love Jamaican music. We love Afrobeats. We love Amapiano. Man, we love everything. We dance to everything. That's one thing about black folks. Whatever country we go to, we can dance to it. We could dance to it. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't no hateful people, bro. But that's the only way Essence Fest will turn around. They basically have to put FBAs back in control. If he's a smart businessman, he'll do that. Now, if he want to be an idiot, then yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Essence will be dead in 12 months. I promise you. Oh, I promise you. I promise you. Prime, okay, yeah, appreciate you, Prime. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the stream tonight. See, I told you I'll wrap up on time. We appreciate you. Thank you. And like I said, make sure you go over to AfroWire AI. That's make sure you check that out and subscribe to that channel. That's our new venture, our new platform. All characters were created by myself, all of them. Okay, I want to let you know up front, it wasn't white people, it was me. So the sister Samila, I created that one. Lavaya, of course, LaSherica, and Clarence, all those characters and personalities were created by me that come directly from me, okay? And there are different reasons why I created them and why they're going to cover certain things when they do it, all right? I just want to let people know that it wasn't white people. But thank y'all for listening. We'll catch y'all on the next one.